Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are implementing login and registration functionality in .NET Core Web API using clean and secure approach with clean architecture. We are not using JWT token for now, just focusing on the core logic of securely creating and validating users. I will create two endpoints, register and login. Register for creating a new user and login to verify user credential. Right now, I will keep things very simple and basic, and later we will move and extend this logic step by step. And also, I will speed up some parts of this video since it's mostly coding work just for save your time and keep things smooth. Let's move to the VS Code. Okay, so next we need to go and create our user entity. Go to entity and create class and call user ah, app user. And then we need to inherit this base entity where we have already defined our ID pro and here is string and the name is display name and it should be required. Copy this, paste two more time because we have another entity name email. We create a very basic registration email and password. Save and then next close this one. We need to add this in our db context. Add entity in our db context. Okay, and then pro is called db set and then our entity name is app user and name is user. Save. Next go to terminal and .NET do some migration. .NET EF migration, add app user or user DB, specify the infrastructure, start a project API, enter what? Project file does not exist. What? .NET build. Okay, so .NET EF migrations add user DB and we specify infrastructure. struc infrastructure, specify S API should work. I think maybe the build I did not do it, so okay. And next go to cd API and update the database. So for that command .NET ef and database update. Enter. Now our app user table is created and we already mapped to our database. We'll just verify that. Go to what else? OP SQLite database, OpenDB. Come on, where is the one? And our user is there. Perfect. So right now we don't have any data. So just close and close and close. Open the Explorer and now next we create our interface first. So go to the Application interface can go to new. The interface name should be I app. I mean repository. We are following to the repository. It's called interface app user. I app user repository and enter. And we already apply for the unit of work and generic repository. We already implement that. So here we need to check. Now the last video I forget to implement our repository to the generic repository, but now we need to first I will complete this, then we will fix this one. So now we call I generic repository app user, save, and go to the service migration of repository, add new file. And first we create the next step. First you need to create a interface. I app repository inherit with generic repository, pass to the app user, and we have a generic is t is represent any entity, and then you need to update our I unit of work, and we need to create here user, and the name is I app user repository. Okay, and save it. So now next go to the service, create a new class, add app repository app user. After that you need to inherit this generic, pass the app user, and implement with the I app user repository. Just make it the oops, control Z. What happened? App user, yeah, now, and create a constructor. So now our repository is completed. Next, what we will do, we need to update our unit of work. So just go and implement interface. Okay, and copy this and paste this. Okay, and we need to assign this user to new user repository, pass the context. And now our repository work is completed. Next we will extend our app user repository, because we need to retrieve a single record base on the email instead of modifying base our base repository. So we will extend it in the specific repository like app repository, and we will create a method over there. So go to our interface app user, create one more method. So now we need right now we are doing some extend our app user repository. So here we create a method called, okay, just go and copy and paste right now, and just app user, and the name app user, pass the app user, and the name is by email, and string email, save. And now Again, we need to add our repository, I mean implement our this method into our repository and create a create a read only private application db context and underscore db context and db context equal to db context, and there is a semicolon, add save, and underscore db context dot user dot add dot user dot add no dot user dot get the single or default. Why I use this single default? Because we need matching record, exact matching record, so that's why I'm using. And x dot email x dot email dot to lower dot to lower dot to email dot to lower, make it good, and just use dot single development and create a return await. And now give you the warning, just go to again and create a nullable, save, and go back again, create here nullable, save. Okay, now it's completed. Okay, next we need to fix our product. So just go to product app user repository, copy this, and I did not implement, sorry for that. You all know we are a developer and we are learner, so the last video I missed that point. And just product, so we now need to fix this and go to your, is there, product is already there, and product repositories. So okay, one thing, we need to remove this, so I just comment this line because we already implement that, I mean sorry, we already initialize in our generic repository. So I just to go and comment this and use I product repository with the same thing. I have to do this here and comment. And here we need to pass same thing, first generic repository and pass the product. Yeah, product. Okay, remove and implement that id save and using the constructor. Oh, sorry. What is that? Close. What happened? Convert to the regular constructor first. Let me check what happened here. Okay, so just pass the constructor, I think. We also modified this to pass to the user primary constructor is good practice, and the things copy and then paste here, same context, save, and again go to the controller. Where is the controller? API controller product, and now you got the error here because we need to fix got get out of sync, and dot to get ID, and add. Now this method is retrieved from, wait, what else? Okay, it is update, sorry for that. So this method come from where? From the generic method, generic repository. Dot get delete and this of is exists. And then now create another, or first we need to build this code. So so it will take time, so I just stop the video and come back. Okay, so our application is built successfully. I need to close everything, close all, and stop the, I mean, delete this and close this one. Now, next, what we will do the next, we will create a, oh, sorry for that. We will create a controller. So go to API and controller, new file, API controller, and then register, create an action, and the name should be async task and action result. So for the save time, next time I will be copy from the other controller. So but right now I will do it myself. So action controller, register, and we pass what we pass. We pass DTO. I think we create a one DTO called register. Oh come on, DTO and register DTO, and we create the register DTO from generator class. Okay, inside there we just move this. We just move our folder here DTO, rename class register DTO, and then inside the register what we created our remove first from there, and inside the register we go to our entity, human app user entity, and the same thing we created in our register. Okay, and remove the required just call to, we put the data annotation required, and for the email also we have another email address, and here registered, and the minimum length should be 8. Save, and it should be empty right now because of we save, we need to fix our warning. Save and go to their controller and register DTO. Okay, and the next thing, we also call our unit of work constructor here. We just go in product and call this here, and we need to put here. Also copy this. So I just save time. I just copy paste because of I tried to short video as I can do. Okay, and then so it's the same thing, we put it here and we need to save. And the next thing, we check our email. Once the user is registered the email, so is it inside in the database or not? So is we create a one method, the email is exist, so we check For that, we create first method private sync and task should be bool. What? Bool. Oh, bool and mm, email is exist exist and pass the string email. Okay, and then here word flag. Just create any variable. Await underscore unidoper dot user dot. Now we created one another method. The name is get email async, and here we email. So we check if flag equal to null, then return true, not equal to null, true, and else return false. False. Okay. Now, and then this method we need to check in our action. So code if wait email is email is exist pass register DTO email and what happened here email oh email is exist yes tell me what email is exist if email is exist so it should return I mean true then it said that bad request bad email is already exist. Okay, if not then were user continue app user and here we need to pass a object this I mean the app user have 3 and plus id equal to 0 I should make it the actually make it the default like maybe guide id or make it default means auto generate so we'll do later but right now I just pass this 0 play. Sorry I'm doing a lot of JSON code right now so that's why I write that column register password and then and display password email register email okay and then what else so we create an object we pass the object in our now next part we call the database underscore unit of work unit of work dot user dot um, add and pass the user yes, the user okay and next return no we need to save our data first wait and unit of work dot save come on unit of dot user dot save changes and then return what Return should be okay. So in that part, we create another DTO, which is return DTO, user DTO plus user DTO. Okay, in that we created maybe we create some. I again go to the register DTO and I think display name and email. We don't need to return password. So just go there and pass there and remove this because it's just simple DTO for returning. So we create it. Hmm, remove this. Come on, come on. And required. Save and go there. New what we create new user DTO. New user return new user DTO and pass the email equal to user dot email comma display name equal to user dot display and that's it. What happened? Why convert to Microsoft dot? Oh, okay. We need to pass the user DTO. Okay. Now save and the next part is we create another endpoint which is this is a register. Next point will be login. So just I copy this and paste login and what do we login DTO should be login DTO. Okay, what we have a user DTO. Display name. Okay, so we create another DTO called class you and here we creating just copy this and login DTO password save and go to login and just change this login DTO okay and here we need to send check like if the email is no now here we need to check should be if it will pass null um, or we just follow this one copy this and here we need to check pass and user so if we get the user login dot in login detail dot email dot email YouTube login dot email. Let me check what is there. I forget the logic. Sorry for that. Let me check what I write it. Okay. So it give it to the email. Okay. So here, if the user is there, if user mm, equal to null, so we said that return um, unauthorized. We should write here invalid email address. Next, if not, then user dot password. So we already get the user in line number 45. So we check the password now. password not equal to login DTO dot password, and then copy this, paste this, and remove invalid password. And next, you want to remove this all. Don't to save, and user returning should be user.email. Okay, and then it should user.email display. Okay, and save. What else we left now? So register controller, register login. So we forget the endpoint. HTTP post. I I should write first, but I forget. Register register, and then copy this, paste another endpoint in login, and login. Save and run. Okay. So our application is running successfully. Just go to the postman, create a new request, name, register, and just go there and copy, register, uh, uh, register. This is our controller, and the other register we have endpoint. I mean our action. So go to the body, raw, and I have a one payload, and send. So now our user is registered in our database, and it's returning our display name and the email. Now next endpoint is login. So create another request. What happened? Create another request. Name login, and go to the register. Just copy this and go to login and paste login. Change the action and go to, I just get this one, login, and body. uh, so here I need to send the same email and the password, and send. What happened? Oh, get. We should post, and now send. 200 requests, and we get back display name and the email. We also check the, just put it the queue and send, and it said that invalid email, and control Z, and I put the password wrong and send an invalid password. So that's it for today's video. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.